Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Tara and welcome to the family. Today I'm bringing to you guys another reduce, reuse, recycle video. I think it is very important that we are aware of our choices that we make in our everyday life, but it's also about making choices that are best for our lifestyle. So I come with you with ideas of how we can switch things up and be a little bit more sustainable. So without further ado, let's get into these ideas. Alright, so my first one is that instead of using paper towel, we use these. These are called dish towels or hand towels. I think it is important when drying dishes, we don't use paper towels. When drying our hands, we don't use paper towels. Now, in our household, we do have paper towels, and we use them for very specific things in our house, and it's like cleaning up things like in the bathroom that you don't really want to have to wash and then like reuse. So things around the toilet or in our kitchen, we eat bacon and sausage and ground beef and stuff like that that are heavy in grease, and we really wouldn't want to use like a towel like this to soak up all that grease, so we're not eating it as much, eating as much of that. So we use paper towels to remove the grease, and then it immediately goes in the trash or goes into the outside trash. So I just encourage you to, at the very least, think about, do I need a paper towel, or can this be used with a regular towel? So yeah, there's idea number one. The second idea is going to be reducing the use of single-use plastic or paper. So that being, aside from the paper towels, that being like plates, cups, silverware, those types of things. If we can, if it's in your budget, try to at least go to like Salvation Army or Goodwill or any secondhand store and just pick up a couple dishes that you wash, and then that would help with reducing how much goes into our garbage and then how much, you know, goes into our landfills. So just keep that in mind of how much single use you use. If you can find something that is better, it doesn't have to be bamboo, it doesn't have to be something big or expensive or anything like that. Any like ceramic type glassware would, or you know what I'm saying, like to eat off of. Along with that is if you are planning a party and you don't want all your dishes potentially broken, people tend to use single-use plastics in that case, but I suggest just going with paper over plastic. At the very least, paper will break down and can go into your compost. So with parties, I'd go with paper products. If you can, obviously with silverware, you cannot get paper silverware. I don't think that works that way. So like, I understand that, but it's just like thinking of ideas of when you're making choices or you have plans to make a more thoughtful choice for the environment. Along with dishes, in our household, we also use these ceramic bowls that we heat up our vegetables in the microwave in, and whatnot. Sometimes they can come with lids, they're round. My mom also just recently bought these glassware. Instead of getting plastic Tupperware, we have some more glass in our house. Yes, the lids are still made of part plastic, but it's a lot less than this because obviously you don't put this in the microwave, but this is totally fine to go in the microwave, the dishwasher, supposedly the oven as well. So it has multiple uses for that. And if you try to put plastic containers, let's say with barbecue sauce in the microwave, the barbecue with the sugar in the barbecue breaks down that plastic and then makes it gross and not wanting to be used, and then you want to just toss it out. So I suggest, if you can fit it in your budget, I think my mom paid like $24 for 12 of these. I think they're in the long run going to be of a lot better use and will last a lot longer, not to mention you can use them for a lot more things. Then along with, if that is not in the budget, there's these things. They are, you can get them from the lunch meat section at your grocery store. They are deli meats, lunch meats that come in this little container, and we have kept them for, you know, lunches and whatnot, and try to save on some things. And I mean, it didn't cost us anything extra to buy these, so they were gonna, there's two parts to this. You can either avoid buying things that have more plastic on it and just getting like your deli meat from the deli section and get it wrapped, and granted, I think that also comes in a plastic bag, so at the very least with this you can reuse the plastic. It's still not the greatest thing in the world, but you can reuse this plastic container for lunches and whatnot. Just don't put barbecue sauce in here. It doesn't do so hot, at least when you reheat it in the microwave. Then we've got, now I know this is talked about on everywhere, and it's been a big huge thing about all over, and really plastic straws do not take up that much space when it comes to the plastic in our world, in our landfills, and in our oceans, but every bit helps. So if you are not allergic or you don't have a problem using metal straws, silicone straws, any kind of form of straw that is not a reusable, a single-use straw, then I suggest you either one, not use straw period, or two, if you are going to use a straw, to think about having at least a couple of these in your household at the very least. They work great with smoothies. I use them a lot when I make smoothies, and I think they're pretty great. The last thing is using reusable water bottles and travel mugs for your coffee. I have two different ones. This one I bought, I think, at the regular grocery store. I liked it because it was the marble and it works great. Then I got this one, which, if you can see, is aguamenti on it, is what it says. And I got this in a Harry Potter subscription box, which I can link in the card above. But I just think it is important that we think about things in our life that can be improved, that if we can reduce some of the waste we use, then that would be fantastic. Now, the last tip that I can give you that would help reduce things, they're not so much of a waste as a destruction to our planet and a destruction to at least female bodies at the moment. Research has shown that soybeans actually can have an amount. It turns out that soybeans actually contain an estrogen-like compound, which promotes the growth of some cancer cells, especially in female bodies, as we already have estrogen. So you adding in extra estrogen to our bodies can then turn into cancer cells. So not only is soybeans terrible to grow and suck up all the nutrients out of the ground, and then you have to go in and fertilize and replace all of those minerals and gases and all that stuff in the soil. It also is now being shown that soybeans are a way to get cancer. So try to avoid soybeans. Like, I know for us, we drink a lot of creamer in our coffee, and we're actually switching over from getting, in our creamer, my mom didn't even know this, but she wanted to switch away from creamer because it has so many chemicals in it to begin with, but she didn't realize that soybeans were in, or soybean oil was in that, and she was on this whole kick of getting rid of soybeans in the house. And so when I looked on it, I was like, there's soybeans on it. Good thing we're getting rid of creamer. And we're switching over to half and half and adding like a syrup flavor to our half and half to give it some flavor instead of using creamers from the store, and now that I have switched over to the half and half, and I tried going back to the creamer, I couldn't do it. It tasted like my coffee was watered down. Isn't that crazy? I used just like a splash of like half and half, and I would use so much creamer that it's just like mind-blowing. It was crazy. But anyways, it's just all important to be aware of some of the changes that we can make in our own life. If it's not that big of a deal for us, then we can switch over and do something else, right? We can change our behavior to being more conscious. So just keep that in mind, and Earth Day is coming around the corner, so stay tuned on my channel to see another idea video of how you can reduce your impact on the environment. Nobody is perfect. It's all about what fits with your lifestyle. As I've said, I'm not perfect, and I don't expect you to be either, but I think it's important that we keep this in our forethoughts, and just make more conscious decisions. With that said, I will see you guys tomorrow with another video for March Madness. I hope you have a wonderful day, and if you want to see more of my face around YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and there should be a playlist somewhere right in here with all of the March Madness videos. It'll also keep you updated on the new videos for the rest of the week. Alright, bye!